I got you, rookie effer. Welcome, Jack. Welcome back.
Welcome to the Yuckie podcast.
What's crack-a-lackin', my friend?
My knees, my back, and my crack.
Hey-o.
How are you? We haven't done one of these in 2 weeks, a week.
I'm tired and dirty and sweaty. And
I know. Tristan was like, T-Lee Productions, I'm sorry, stage name, was like, you guys are going to get your first one on YouTube, full video. It's like the only day we've actually worked and done something. Maybe not the only day.
Speak for yourself.
But I'm definitely dirty. Got some dirt on my shirt. It may not be a clean shirt either.
That's okay. Nothing wrong with that.
And your shirt shrunk on you.
No, I just got fatter. I was trying to go to the gym, and I said...
It didn't work?
I found a bar called The Gym.
Did you actually?
It's not the gym that I wanted to go to, but it's the gym.
Is there actually a bar called The Gym?
I'm sure there is. I just made that up. It sounded really cool. But
well, shout-outs to The Gym.
You're welcome.
I'm actually going to look it up. I think there might be. It would be a really good name for one.
It would. I'm sure it's out there. There has to be. You know, that way when the dude's just like, hey, babe, going to the gym. See you in about an hour. And then 2 hours later, it's like, yeah, I just had a really good sesh at the gym.
Gym bar.
Is that a thing? It's a thing. Don't worry about
it. The Gym Grill and Bar in Glendale.
See?
Oh, that's permanently closed. Oh. The Gym Sports Bar and Grill, permanently closed.
Oh. I suck again.
So they're all closed.
New business idea. Holler at me if you guys want to open up a bar called The Gym.
Yeah, there's 3 of them in Arizona and they're all closed.
Yeah, makes sense.
Permanently.
Yeah, you know, I was onto something, clearly.
Yeah.
Copyright.
Permanently closed.
So we've been away for a couple weeks. What you been up to? Give us a little background into what the life of JB has been like.
Oh, man. Oh.
Come on.
I went to the good old state of Montana.
Montana?
Montana. That's why I got the Grizz hat on today.
Oh, okay. Shout out
University,
Montana.
Yeah, Montana.
Okay. What were you doing out there?
So, grandfather passed away a couple years ago. Grandmother also passed away a couple years ago. They left behind willed us some tools and some 2A equipment. Guns. Oh, pow, pow. And so went out there, visited some family. My uncle's out there off of Flathead Lake. Kind of just hung out for the week. It was also my 5-year wedding anniversary.
Congratulations.
Made it 5 years.
Has it really been 5 years?
5 fun years.
5
great years.
Attaboy.
They've been great years. I cannot complain.
T-Lee, cut that one out.
No, keep it in.
Oh, okay.
They've been amazing years. So got to hang out there. Stayed on Whitefish Lake.
Okay.
If you know where that is.
I have no idea where that is.
Nope, didn't think so. So stayed there, went fishing, and we went to Glacier National Park a couple days.
So you guys made a whole trip out of it then?
We made an entire trip out of it. Lots of driving, lots of touring around, being a little tourist. So I've always loved Montana. It's the most beautiful state there is.
Okay.
Maybe. I haven't been to all.
I was going to say, I've never been to all 50,
close.
so I don't know.
I put it up there. Okay. Tristan, what about you? You put it up there? Number 1? Maybe
you ever been to Hawaii?
It's,
Alaska? I've never been to Alaska, but I heard it's pretty awesome.
Sounds nice.
There's some great states out there.
So maybe top 50.
I hate you. Okay, so you made a trip out of it.
Yeah, so made a trip out of there, went to Glacier Park, hung out. Really want some, like a house up there. That'd be cool, like on a lake. So I was trying
Glacier Park or
no, not Glacier, just on Flathead Lake, Whitehead Lake.
Okay. What part of Montana is that in?
Northwest part.
Okay. So go this.
Okay. So did that, lots of fun, and then bringing back a bunch of equipment. So we ended up driving back, rented a truck and trailer, loaded up the lathes, the planers, the joiner, the saws, toolboxes, all that, and then started the drive back. Went to Yellowstone National Park.
Nice.
And stayed in the cabins at Yellowstone, which was super cool. Walking distance from Old Faithful.
Did you get to see like Rip or Beth or John? No. That's a Yellowstone series.
Didn't Yellowstone take place in like Colorado?
No,
or
it's
Texas,
like Wyoming or Montana.
No, it didn't.
Wyoming.
They only filmed like a couple.
They filmed it in Utah.
Was it Utah?
Yeah.
I know it was another state, but they keep claiming it's Yellowstone.
Yeah.
So no, I did not run into Rip or Beth.
Taking the fun out of stuff. Anyways, continue.
Where was I?
Was that your first time in Yellowstone National Park?
Yes, first and last time.
First and last. That good, huh?
Well, once you've seen one geyser, you've seen them all.
Okay.
It's like, all right, I'm like, this is cool. Saw Old Faithful when it went off in the morning. Walked all the geysers, smelt like rotten eggs. So
Natural gas.
Yeah, it kind of stunk. Was there for like 2 hours, 3 hours, and I'm like, all right, good now. I saw it.
Is it kind of like the fountain at Fountain Hills going off?
Similar. I mean, yeah, it's water shooting up in the freaking air. That's all it is. It's nothing special.
You sound like the people that go to Grand Canyon and you're like, yep,
yeah,
there's a hole in the ground.
That's a hole. Yeah, I don't care. We did see a lot of animals. The animals were cool.
Nice, and I bet you guys
saw a lot of bison. We saw moose. We saw elk. We saw deer. Deer run around like they're rabbits out there. They're just everywhere.
Dang.
Saw a lot of cool animals. So that was pretty sweet.
Nice.
But as for Yellowstone, I'm like, oh, yeah, super cool. Once in a lifetime thing. Don't need to come back.
Okay. But
so you went? Yeah, we went,
Yep.
stayed there, drove through the Tetons on the way back. That was cool. I don't know. I'm a homebody.
Yeah.
I don't want to go anywhere. I don't want to travel.
Yep.
I've seen Yellowstone. I've seen Glacier National Park. All I got to do is go on Google and say Glacier National Park. There it is. People have already done it for me.
If you got a big enough TV, it could be like you were there.
Yeah, I just stand really close to the TV and I'm there. So, no, but it was a good experience. It was all fun.
Good.
Went through the Tetons. And then Candy and my wife, just kind of looked at each other. We're like, let's get home. We're over it. So we drove 12 hours. We got into Beaver, Utah. Stayed there for the night. I think we got there 12:30, 1 in the morning.
Dang.
And then woke up first thing in the morning, ate some hotel breakfast, and continued the ride on home. Powdered eggs are just gross.
Yeah,
I remember when we were traveling for the Amazon days, and that's all we used to eat for breakfast. It's just powdered eggs.
Some of them were good, though.
Cold potatoes.
A little hot sauce, a little Tabasco, salt and pepper.
I go for the Belgian waffles.
Takes so much time.
It's like 2 minutes.
Gotta pour the batter, close it, flip it, wait for it to buzz, flip it over.
2 minutes.
I could already eat my breakfast and be gone.
Yeah, but you do it for 1 minute, so it's not all crunchy, and it's just like the perfect consistency.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, you're a fat kid.
Yep.
So yeah, I did that. Got home a day and a half early. Unloaded the trailer, and relaxed.
Nice.
Got back to work on Friday.
What was the best part of the trip?
Honestly,
Spending
stepping away
time
from work.
with my wife.
No,
Oh, no.
that was all right. No, it was fun.
Good.
But no, honestly, my managers were incredible. I got no phone calls while I was out there.
That's awesome.
So I had
I didn't even bother you.
no.
You're welcome.
No, thanks. I had 2 OSHA inspections while I was gone, or air quality inspections. Same thing.
I was here for one of them. I was panicking.
Yeah, knew nothing about it until I got back.
Yep.
And the only reason I found out, I was like, oh, yeah, we already took care of that. No problems here. We're all good.
They did good.
And I'm like, all right, I'm leaving more often. Yeah. This is sweet.
Again, that says a lot for you and your team.
Yeah,
It truly
so
does.
I was super happy. You know, they would call me and they would just be like, hey, just want to check in and see how your vacation's going. And that's it. So I'm like, oh, this is all right. I'm going to move away long term.
That's good, though. But it allows you to really carry that balance that we always talk about. And it shows that the team that you've built is very reliable.
And that's been the goal from the start, is building a team that's able to run their shop like it's their own, keep growing the shop like it's their own. They're going to make more money as the shop brings in more money. And again, you want more responsibility. Here's your responsibility, but you don't have to call me for every single issue we have.
Yep.
Don't call me with an issue. Call me with a solution.
There you go.
That's kind of the mantra there. But no, it was a good trip. Exciting. I can go another year without going on a vacation. Because if I want to be gone for 2 weeks, I'm going to say I'm gone. I'm going to say I have no service.
Yeah.
I'm either going to be in the woods or I'm going to be at home.
So when you did this trip, did you guys, I think we kind of talked about this. Do you have like an app or something that planned the national parks for you, or am I making this up right now?
I think you're making that up. I think that's a dream.
Or did Kendi just plan the whole thing out?
Kendi did. She thinks she is Google.
There's a new app idea. Kendi, you're welcome.
I think there is an AI generator that is able to plan your road trip home. We just couldn't figure it out. So like you could say, I'm going from Montana, northwest Montana, down to Arizona, plan my route to hit national parks. Then it'll take you on a route. We didn't do that. We just, fortunately for us, her parents just took this trip like 2 months ago.
Oh, dang.
A month ago, they just went from Arizona up to Washington, but went through Tetons, Yellowstone. They didn't hit Glacier, but shot on over to Washington. So they kind of gave us some ideas on where to go.
That's pretty cool.
So not too.
I think we should make an app to where you put in your destination and then it plots like the best food on your way down. Forget national parks.
Isn't that just Google and Google ratings?
No, because then you have to do it. I just want to be like, I want the best burger spot on my 3-day trip.
What if it just pops up McDonald's every time?
No. No food chains.
No food chain. Okay. I like that.
Are you getting in? Do you want in on my idea or what?
I want in on your idea.
All right, good.
Is it patent already? Say yes.
Yes.
Yes, you can't steal it. No, I think that'd be... look
at it. Who put that there?
I think that'd be a cool idea, actually.
Because
again, you're always looking for spots to eat.
Right, and I love food. I decided to avoid the gym and started eating more. So
we found one cool spot in Whitefish, and we just went there 2 or 3 times in a row.
Oh, really?
So once you find a good spot, you go. But then, it's like, there's so many other places we could have gone to eat and tried that you don't get back home.
True, exactly. In the small mom and pop places,
and I think we're super fortunate here in Phoenix.
Do we have everything?
In Arizona,
literally every type of food.
Yeah. There was an argument when we were up in Prescott yesterday.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, yeah, we have this place. I'm like, that place is dog crap. Like, what are you talking about? Have you not had this in Phoenix? What's that?
Yeah.
It's a food truck. It's amazing.
Literally, it's in the ghetto, but just go with a group, and it's the best food.
Yeah, it has roaches crawling out of the truck.
So good.
It's parked on the corner. Best Mexican food you can get.
The best.
Best.
But we really have all different type of cultures and people from all over the world, and they come here and bring their food, and that is amazing.
Yeah.
People always say, oh, my Mexican food's better in Texas or closer to the border. I'm like, dude, we literally have everything in Arizona. Any type of food you want.
Well, that was your biggest issue when you were in Virginia. Is you're like, we're going out to get Mexican food tonight. I'm like,
I was so
what's
excited.
It called? You're like, I don't know. It just says Mexican food on the building.
That's it. That was it. And it was horrible. I'm like, guys, no, this is trash. Do you guys have hot sauce? No. I'm like, I don't like this place. Where's your hot salsa? I don't have it.
It's Tabasco. Here you go.
Because it wasn't a prominent thing out there.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people like spicy food, so it was a very rare thing to find like good Mexican food. The seafood out there, absolutely amazing.
We don't have great seafood here.
So I thought that until our good friend Eddie came on the show, and then
Prime,
dude, some of the best seafood I've had. He showed me like some oysters from the East Coast, the West Coast. I mean, he gave this amazing experience. But I literally was like, holy shit, this is literally like I'm in D.C. eating oysters right now, and I'm in Arizona.
Eddie, I would like a call, please. 623. Just kidding.
Oh, my God.
What have you been up to? I didn't talk to you for 2 weeks, so.
Yeah, you were traveling.
I know. It was amazing. Thank you.
I was, at least one of us doesn't bother somebody when we leave town.
I'll miss you. I'm a great friend.
No, so let's see. I had a couple Meineke trips. Went to a conference out in Memphis, Tennessee. Never been there before. Probably never going back.
What about? No, you can't say that because have you been to Nashville?
Memphis is different than Nashville.
Obviously, but you said Tennessee, and you're never going back.
Memphis, Tennessee.
Okay.
I'll never go back to Memphis. I'll go back to Tennessee because I would like to go to Nashville.
Okay,
I'll go with you
back
to Memphis.
Date night.
Do it. Down and down.
Okay, so Memphis.
Did that, which was really good. It allowed me to do some good networking. I was actually surprised. I went in with a kind of a negative attitude towards it because I already had a ton of stuff going on. The last thing I needed to do was travel, out of the state and not be around for work, which is a bad mentality to begin with. But I wanted to, just stay and focus on the crap I was already doing.
Yeah.
So I went there with a little bit of a negative attitude towards it. I met some really interesting people. They ended up having like 32 different vendors that came in that kind of showcased, what they're doing. And then there was also almost 30 other franchisees. So people,
which is huge because usually not that many show up.
Usually it's like 10 or 12 max. And so I did some phenomenal networking. Day 2, really my mindset changed. And I really was like, excuse me, you know what? I'm here. Let's just do this. Let's just go all in. Let's go full bore. Ended up having some great conversations. Ended up finding some stuff out that's actually benefiting us as a business, which is fantastic. And then the couple of vendors that I usually just kind of kick to the curb and say, I don't give a shit. Like, I don't need your sales pitch. You've already done it to me twice. I'm still not using you guys. I actually went in with a more positive attitude and aligned, some possible new vendors that can help us out and kind of help us build what we're trying to do. So it ended up being very, very valuable to, myself, for my mindset, for I think the business overall, which was huge. And again, all I had to do was just shift how I was thinking of things. I was actually very, very pleased that I went, came back, and really haven't been doing much. Just been focusing on work. I got some ski pro trips coming up.
Shout out of year.
OTR, baby.
It's a fun time of year.
Yep, going to Vail this weekend, which would I guess when we release this next week will be last weekend. But this is where it gets fun. The road shows are really every weekend till the first weekend or second weekend of December.
And what's your favorite destination?
So that's really difficult because I really go for the people. This is the one time of year that I get to
answer.
see. All right, dickhead.
What's your favorite destination?
So the two, I don't get to do Breckenridge. It was a small show. It's Colorado. It's a really, really fun place. Vail is fun, but probably San Diego.
San Diego.
Or
you know what San Diego means?
No, please explain.
The whale's vagina.
What?
Yeah.
How do you know that?
History.
Either San Diego or I don't like the city of LA, but I really like the show, and that's where
one of the most popular ones.
That's where everyone comes. It's the biggest one at the end
Which
of the season.
Which is crazy.
Yep. And I like it just because of the people that show up. I mean, this is really where, you know, a lot of us get together for the single time out of the year are these shows. You know, we fly out, we do a ton of work, we work our freaking faces off. But just to be able to work with these people is well worth the lack of sleep, the time, the energy, flying there, doing a bunch of work, working at night, and then coming back and getting right back into it. I mean, the people are what really make that whole company, that business thrive, and the people are the reason why I go. Truly the reason why I go see those guys. So very excited to get into that. I'm not excited to be the old guy on the road now who used to stay out all night and work all freaking day, 12, 14 hours, and then we go out and
close the bar.
Yep, and then wake up, crack of dawn, and do it all over again. And
now you're going to be bed by 8:30, 9 o'clock.
Yeah, 100%. I'm the old guy that's like, all right.
You're going to wake up 5:30 in the morning, cup of coffee, and morning newspaper.
Yeah, some people go work out. I'm definitely not doing that. But Vail's supposed to be like high of
you got to
like
start your app of
good, or something
good
like
restaurants to go to.
Hey,
you are welcome.
Research. Tax write-off. I don't know who writes it off, but somebody's writing it off.
Maybe.
Tax write. That's how write-offs work. Maybe. Somebody writes it off. I don't have to pay for it. Yeah. Tax write-off.
My double quarter pounder today is a tax write-off.
That could be.
Kind of. I guess it is, yeah.
Say you were with a vendor.
Or meals, yeah.
Say you were with a vendor. Tax write-off.
A Wendy's.
I don't know who actually writes it off.
My vendor, Wendy.
Tax write-off.
Done.
Boom. So yeah, very excited about that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So I really just have been focusing on work, trying to make sure I have all my shit together, so I can't disappear for multiple weekends coming up, and really just trying to ensure that my team hopefully can, manage it on their own. For me being away for a handful of days.
Fantastic. Well, I'm here to help out wherever is needed.
I appreciate you. If I have some air quality guys come in, I'm going to send them your way because I literally walked in and I was like,
I ain't messing with EPA on that.
I literally was like, hey guys, what's up? And Lonnie's like,
yeah. Lonnie's like, we got this handled. Yeah. And you leave now.
Actually,
you're making everything up.
She asked me to walk with them and I said, you good?
We should be fine.
Yeah, they were fine. They were totally fine. There were no issues. They were like training people who literally looked like they were fresh out of college, and I'm like, oh god.
I probably shouldn't say this out loud to all the 7 people we listen.
No, we have like 13 now.
13 and a half.
Maddie's gonna blare this at the warehouse. Shout out, Maddie. Appreciate you.
But no, we've been through this before, so we know exactly what they're looking for. And unfortunately, the guys or girls that come in, they just read from a brochure. It's literally a checklist. So they carry around a piece of paper like. Yep, check that. Oh, I don't know about no.
They all had their freaking clipboards.
Yeah.
So, and again, that's all it was. Just checking.
Unfortunately, it's a money grab. They rarely do much. Obviously, we haven't been hit with anything. Yeah. Because they'll say, "Hey, we've got this is a violation. We'll give you 2 weeks to fix it," and then they usually don't even come and check. We just say, "Hey, completed. Let us know when you're coming back." They're like, all right, we'll mark it on our calendar.
Because it's usually very minor stuff. Yeah, but these guys were
they're looking for the big fish. They're looking for something that they can really charge on. So
the thing that I noticed in what we do is doing the right thing always will pay off. But holy shit, is it more work? We watch these people be slimy and shady and make money and then screw people at the very end, and we try to do the right thing and we have to work twice as hard.
Well, I was having this conversation with a vendor yesterday, talking about one of the previous owners to our location that was collecting money under the table, that was doing side deals, that was not wanting to pay royalties, that was just all this slimy stuff. He was doing, half-ass jobs on cars, just, taking them in and it's like, oh, don't fix that panel. Let's just put Bondo over it or some kitty hair and, send it out. Let's just Band-Aid it basically. And I told my guys as soon as we entered is, 1, we don't take any money under the table. It's not worth it. 2, every car that leaves here has to be safe because 1, If that car gets hit and it comes back, the least of our problems is we get sued.
Yeah.
But the worst of all, that could injure any family that's in it, which is the biggest thing.
Yep.
Because there's already crunch points in cars, and as soon as you start messing with those, the car's never going to be the same. So if the car's totaled, total it and get it the hell out. Don't buy it back and try to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
So I was talking to this vendor, and I'm like, we got to the point where it's like, it's a lot more work to just be sitting there watching your back the entire time because you know you're doing something wrong. It's just like 100%. Everything you do. If a corporate person walks in, you got to go and cover your tracks to everything because...
Remember all the lies you've just told.
Exactly. And then, is a customer going to show up and say something that they shouldn't when a corporate member walks in? It's like, there's no point to that. To what, save 8% or 6% on royalties?
Yep.
Like, what the hell? It's not worth it. And we were talking about that for a while. It's just like, doing the right thing is easy when you're doing it long enough.
When you do it long enough.
Yeah, when you do it long enough, when you have processes in place, it's harder to transition everyone to be doing the right thing after they've been doing the opposite. For so long.
Yep. And I think that's what we're kind of running into, at least on my side, is, we do the right thing. We make sure we have processes in place, but people are so used to just like cutting corners and not really giving a shit to where it makes it harder to do the right thing. And to change that mindset has been a challenge. It's been a challenge.
Well, yeah. And especially coming from other shops.
Yeah.
And it's always like, well, we did it like this. And it's like, well,
go back to them.
Then, yeah. Unfortunately, we don't.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. That's why I'm very excited to get to Ski Pro. Not to say I don't like hanging out with you or what we're doing.
To just drop all my problems.
No, but that's the thing. We work long days and we do a lot of stuff.
Well, it's good to, and I'm sorry to cut you off, but you're so involved in the business right now. So it's just like if something minuscule goes on, you're already right there.
Yeah.
And you got a manager or a tech or a writer coming up and say, Jake, what should I do? Instead of them figuring it out along the way and coming to you with a solution, like I mentioned earlier. Mm-hmm. That's what was great about my guys. It showed them a true testament of, if I'm not here, and again, my hands aren't deep in the business. I'm very behind the doors. If you need me, let me know, but figure it out.
Yep.
But to know that they were able to complete all this without a phone call, it's just like, all right, you guys are freaking rock stars. Mm-hmm. Keep it up.
It truly is. And that is a good thing. Cause when I'm away, I do the Ski Pro guys know, like, I might be in the corner on my phone, but I'm not just surfing the internet or going through social media. I'm responding to text message, maybe answering a quick phone call, doing emails. Like I'm still working, but just being able to do something that I don't have to really, develop a process for. I already know. We know what to do at Ski Pro. We know that you have step 1 to step 10. We just knock it out and work all day and bust our ass. For me, that's...
Well, you're not the owner there.
Exactly. Right. Yeah. I mean, I worry about that stuff because I really enjoy those people and I like the owner and, I take on that responsibility.
But you are a worker. At the end of the day, you're the worker.
Exactly. I don't carry the responsibility of it. Those guys do that full time. They have to worry about that kind of shit. I show up, do whatever they need and go. And it's a mental relief for me, which is good. It's almost like kind of taking vacation. I get to see people I haven't seen in a long time. We do a lot of catching up. We do a lot of, reconnecting and come back to work and I'm like a brand new man. I'm fat and out of shape and I'm gonna be super tired, but it truly is like it's like a little mini vacay for me.
I like it.
What are you doing?
I don't know. Another air quality thing. Jeez. Sorry, I'm working.
Work on this.
I'm sorry. Let's work on this. What do we? We don't have a lot of time today. But
we don't.
What do you want to talk about?
There is one thing that we were gonna do, kind of make the Julian justified speeches. I don't know. I was trying to come up with another J word.
That was
almost find anything
really good.
Justified Julian. J. Think of another J word.
Julian's justified.
Voice notes.
Jambalaya.
I like jambalaya. So I'm going to play a little clip here from Jules. Let's see. Give a little shout out to Jules. This one I really did like. It is a little bit, a few weeks old, but I think it's really going to connect with a lot of people. So here's to Julian.
In this life, we will face many things that are out of our control constantly, and we can feel overwhelmed by lots of different stuff, and there's no telling what will happen to us on a daily basis. In business, this can be very stressful because business requires a lot of planning and business requires a lot of preparation for success. In relationships, this can be very stressful because one minute everything can be perfect and the next minute it feels like your life is falling apart. Our life is falling apart.
So I pause it right there real quick because I know you're texting and not really paying attention.
I am paying attention.
But for me, the biggest thing was when Jules broke this down, when I originally listened to it, is he really connected. Because you know how we talk about life balance with work and life, right?
Yeah, clearly it's working out.
And clearly we're getting better at it. But he really kind of gives you both sides of the coin here. He gives you, when life kind of takes a shit on you at business, and then when life kind of takes a shit on you in your personal life, and how things can change and it's instant. But if you let that stress kind of get over top of you, you're going to crumble under the weight.
It becomes a domino effect. Every little thing you're going to start noticing goes to shit.
Yep.
You and I both have those mornings. It's just like we roll out of bed and you drop a toothbrush. When you're just trying to hold it, you drop it. And like, oh, it's going to be one of those fucking days.
God break!
It's just like stupid things after that. Like you 100%. Stub your toe and then you miss a step on your stairs. And then it's like, oh my God, I'm going to kill someone.
I walk into work. Morning, Jake. Is it a good morning?
Yeah.
Is it a good morning?
Tell me to have a good morning one more time.
Oh, God. Sorry.
Continue on.
Go back to Jules.
Move along.
In this life,
my God.
Success. It feels like your life is falling apart. Our life is falling apart.
I think we're back.
And then
Okay, yeah, we're back.
The everyday dynamics of life, anything can happen. You can get in a car accident on your way to work. A fire can come sweep away your house, floods, hurricanes. There is so much beyond our control on a daily basis. And when faced with that, it's easy to get completely overwhelmed to the point of exhaustion, to the point of frustration, to the point of it feels like you're going to break. But it's important to remember, I cannot control what happens in life. I can only control how I respond to it.
Which I think is amazing. I'm going to keep going. How to control it, but how do you respond to that? Because you can't really control life. Nope. Response day by day.
So focus on that when you're faced with the overwhelm, when you're faced with that giant tidal wave about to consume you. Roll with it. Control how you respond to it. And that is the measure of who you are as a person.
Thanks, Jules.
That was good. Because you don't have control over anything that goes on in your day.
But you can control the responses.
Well, yeah, you roll with the punches.
Yep. I wasn't going to say roll tide, but... Roll tide.
Roll tide.
But it's true. Life is ever developing, ever changing, and you try to continue down a certain path, try to head in the same direction, but you're controlling those responses of life being thrown at you to make sure that you are walking down that same path.
Yeah. As soon as you let it affect you, it's going to affect everything else in your way.
And then you start affecting other people, then that affects their path, and that's just a negative thing. It's real shitty. That's me.
And then you need to go get a chicken sandwich.
Dude, I'm telling you, you bought me lunch, and I appreciate you more
than I bought you breakfast, too. I think
today.
We should probably meet up for dinner.
Holy crap, that was today. What do you want? T. Lee Productions buying.
T. Lee. Ooh, you buying?
Hell yeah.
What did we get, McDonald's?
Ugh.
Good, because I had that for breakfast.
We did. It was amazing.
Wendy's for lunch. Wendy's nuts are in your mouth. God, that's so wrong. Jake Morrow.
You didn't even hear him, did you? Oh, okay.
T. Lee, you all good? You busy?
Bro, he's tatted up now.
I know.
That's what I was going to ask you. If you, what would your first tattoo be?
Chicken nuggets.
No, we talked about this and we weren't recording, even though you just told us that we need to start recording everything.
Double quarter pounder with cheese.
A QR code.
A QR code for Chick-fil-A.
I'm not going to lie. You said that and it's really badass. I'm like, I really...
But do you do it on your form?
Chick-fil-A or a QR code for Chick-fil-A?
No, a QR code.
Okay, in my head, I was still thinking quarter pounder. I'm hungry.
Listen to my words.
Listen, as the wise Vincent Holt has once told me, listen to me now, but hear me later. Think about it. Thanks, Vinny. Appreciate you.
Okay, I
Listen
heard
to
you.
me now.
I heard you. I heard you later. I respond later because I heard you later. No, a QR code for Chick-fil-A. Right on my
On
chest.
your nipple,
On my heart.
like areola.
On my heart.
Okay.
So
But that means you have to
Chick-fil-A is
show the
Oh, yeah, no, it's
16-year-olds
going-
that work at Chick-fil-A.
You have to be 18.
No, you don't.
Okay, maybe 6. That's weird. All right.
It's
made it-
Chick-fil-A. I don't know
You
what
made
to
it
tell you.
weird. It's Jesus' place.
You're the one who exactly. You're trying to show some 16-year-old who's.
I'm showing a QR
trying to
code.
work.
Why do you gotta make it weird? All I
you
want,
gotta-
is,
why you
all I
gotta
want
put-
is chicken sandwich, waffle fries,
Can put it on like your
Lemonade.
hand or forearm or
QR me.
badass. All right, what would your first tattoo really be? Like if you, because we've talked about getting
I
tattooed.
can't
before.
commit to anything besides my wife, and I'm not putting her name on me.
Just get your. I was gonna say
I know,
something
you
right
were-
away. I was
you're
gonna say
trying to
right
set me
away.
up.
Dang it!
I'm gonna make sure she leaves you.
Don't you ever leave him because then I'm stuck with him. Don't you dare, can I?
You don't have enough
I just
rooms.
kidding. Love you. No, that's true. You ain't wrong.
I don't know. I always wanted like back in the day like a scripture on my side, and then I started getting fat, and I'm like, wow, when I sit down, I'm gonna have rolls, and it's gonna cover like every other line and say something completely different. So I can't have that.
Oh, but that just like shortens the verse, and then you stand up, and then you go, don't worry, read the whole thing. It's like reading the back of a book. It's like Cliff Notes, and then you stand up. And
Like
it's
I want
oh,
a
hey, there's
chicken
the whole-
sandwich, but it actually says, "Thou shalt not chicken on your waffle fry."
Oh,
No, I don't know. I don't know. I really
okay,
don't.
So maybe not.
maybe like my dogs.
Maybe not a specific tattoo, but what would you ideally like a full sleeve? Talking about full back.
I
You're gonna
would
get a
want-
calf tattoo.
Because tattoos make your arms look better, right?
Josh Gooley.
Josh Gooley, I learned that from him.
Because it forces you to work out.
He does work out.
No, but the
Yeah.
tattoos forced him to work out. That's what he said. So the best way to get into shape is get tatted. Shout out Josh
So that's
Gooley.
why I'm fat.
Bro, the people in our group are just dropping knowledge right now.
That's why I'm fat.
Jules,
because
Vince,
I don't have
JG.
tattoos.
Maddie, shout out everybody.
I'm gonna go
Squad
get
up.
tattoos. No, I want a half sleeve,
Okay.
chest piece,
Okay.
half sleeve.
Oh, so just like all the way across, all connecting.
Yeah.
All right. I thought I'm gonna be honest. I thought you'd be a leg tattoo man. I don't know why.
No.
I just see that for you.
Like what though? Like a thigh?
No, like a
up
like
thigh?
a
Down
like
thigh?
a full calf,
Like a barbed wire around the ankle kind of thing?
yeah, maybe if that's what you're into. But I just those shorty shorts you wear to the gym. I'm like, dude, just freaking
It's
leg.
just because I'm fat and I
leg
can't find any
tattoos,
shorts
I
that
think.
fit me. Quad gang.
Okay.
No, I don't. Yeah, maybe a quarter pounder on my thigh right here. It's
Back
the only
to
thing
the
I
food.
can commit to. Food.
Food?
Yeah. Except salad.
Why don't you just get like a menu then?
It's not a bad idea. Because they change menus so often. So I don't want to have an outdated
You could
menu.
make it unique and put like, your wife's name, your dog's name,
on a menu?
my name as the menu. Like a number one.
Who's my number one?
Jake Morrow. Duh. Sorry,
my
kid,
wife. Duh.
Yeah.
No, it'd probably be my dog.
Which one?
Ruger.
Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah, Remy wouldn't make the list.
I thought you were going to say Scout to begin with, but it's fine.
No,
Those are his animals. If you
he's
don't know,
he's the one looking over the menu, like
Him
holding
and-
the menu.
him and his wife have a farm sometimes.
We have
He
2
goes up
dogs and a cat.
And how many? You had a lizard, you had fish, you have
have
a
fish.
freaking. Didn't you have something else?
No,
Oh, that's just because your cat brings in birds.
they're dead.
Sometimes they fly around.
They do. Actually, he brought one in on Saturday or Sunday, like the day we got back.
Yeah.
And ran in the room, bird in his mouth. We were still in bed. It was probably 6:30 in the morning. Bird in the mouth, and Kendi just screamed, "Don't you dare!" And he went, meow. A bird went flying in the room, hit our windows, started flying around. I'm hiding under the covers because I love birds.
I was just gonna say the best way, if anyone wants to scare the shit out of Jake Brown, bring a bird close to him, loses his freaking mind.
Remember the sprinklers?
I think about it all the time.
I'll send you that video.
Any neighbors over here yet? Nope. Family? Yep. Heels.
And I screamed like a girl and took off running.
You saw-
Oh my god! And took off. Yeah, it wasn't fun.
It was
Probably
hilarious
shit myself
for me.
a little bit.
It was absolutely hilarious.
But
Nate, you said something really quick, and then because I do have a closing thing, I want to
ask
you.
where your tattoos are.
Oh, okay.
No, go with yours before you lose your thought.
So I saw this thing on social media, and I can confirm that at least in my brain, it is True. It said that, and you probably
Well,
won't
if it's on
because
social media, it's
you're
true.
not. Well, no, because we are two different sides of a coin, so I doubt you're ever going to think of it. But it said something about men think of the Roman Empire like twice a week,
0
or something
times
like that.
a year.
I knew it. How did I know this? But I literally was like, I just watched
Kendi
Gladiator.
asked me.
It's something that like all the like the girl podcasts and like girl talk and shit like that.
Yeah.
They're asking me like, this can't be real, videotaping their husbands. Like, do you think of the Roman Empire? And they're like, yeah, I think about blah, blah, blah. And they did think that we're all like, all the dudes are in this like one big joke of like, we're pulling it over their eyes. And literally, the lady asked me and I was like, yeah. She goes, wait, what? I was like, yeah, I literally just watched Gladiator the other day. And I was like, that's badass. Like, I just want to run around and stab
So what's
people
funny
with a
is because
sword.
I hadn't heard that before Kendi asked me. And so I was doing dishes, weird. And she came up and she was like, hey, when's the last time you thought of the Roman Empire? I'm like, I think of my empire all the time. And she was like, what? And I'm like, yeah.
Fuck the Roman Empire. This is the Brown Empire, baby.
I think about building my empire. But what about the Roman Empire? I'm like, 0 times ever. I don't, what's that? Don't care. Yeah.
That's fine. I like.
Do you think of the Roman Empire?
That's fine.
See, normal.
Yeah,
Two
I'm
against
not
one.
saying. I'm not saying it's a weird thing. I'm the weird one in this scenario.
When's the last time you thought of double quarter pounder with cheese?
Like it's 5 seconds ago when we were talking about
See?
it.
It's more often, right?
No, it's false.
All right. Talking about your double quarter pounder with cheese tattoo, what tattoo would you get?
So I've always wanted to do, and I don't want to get like fully tatted, but I've always liked the look of the 3/4 sleeve where it's like a really clean line down to here and then just sleeve up the left arm.
Of what?
So I've always wanted to put
And where does my name go?
on the inner portion, like right here.
Oh, so you can flex and it just like.
No, so that way when I hug people, the first thing I see is Jake Brown.
Are you going to put like Jake Brown? And be like,
No,
"What's
I
up?"
think I just want the one arm. But like you were saying, you kind of get addicted to tattoos. So that might be.
Oh, let's just not turn off our ringtone.
Oh, my dad's calling me. He probably just got back from his motorcycle ride. So I was thinking about just doing one full sleeve here. But if I get addicted, then I don't know. Maybe I'll get carried away. And
Should we go
this
get
up.
one this year? Let's go get one before Christmas.
so that's actually how I was going to end this. Not tattoos, but I wanted to do 3 things that each of us are going to do before our next podcast. And I want us to be
Before our
held
next podcast?
next week. And I want us to be held accountable for those. So if we don't do something, or if we don't do one thing on the list, we have to work out with Tristan one day, or
Screw
wash his
that.
truck, or do something that we wouldn't normally want to do. Not to say I don't want to hang out with you, but I'm not working out with you.
3 things? That's a lot.
Okay, one thing.
That's too little.
2 things. You jackass.
Am I going first?
I can go first. I'm
Oh,
going
you
to.
already have this planned.
No, I don't. I was just thinking about it right now. Because 3 things was going to be difficult to come up with, but I can think of 2.
And okay, go ahead.
So I want to start a savings account.
Oh.
And I want to put a small portion of every single paycheck into that savings account, which in theory should be relatively easy. Start a savings account
You're
and
not
then
doing
just
that
attach the. No, that's why I was thinking about that earlier today of like I need to get something so simple now that I'm like really focusing on finances and really trying to get my shit together financially. Like that's something that I want to do, and I should have enough time to do that. If I don't, then I'm an idiot. And then the other thing, since T. Lee walked in and said, "Wow, nice schmedium shirt from Baby Gap."
Let's clarify what he actually said. Did you get fat?
He did say
Or did
that.
your shirt shrink?
That's what it is. Close enough. Same. That's what I heard. It might not have been the words that came out of
such
his
a
mouth,
dick.
but that's what I heard. But I want to go physically to a gym.
Check in and leave.
4 times in the next 7 days.
You're going to be out of town
I know.
for 3 of those 4 days.
I know. There's a gym at the hotel we're staying at.
I'm
No,
gonna hold
no
you
excuses.
accountable. Yeah, no excuses.
Yep. 2 things.
All right, so 1 would be I've got to set up a couple doctor's appointments because I've got some knee problems because I'm allergic, and I've been holding off for a few years.
I'll say years, but recently it's been the last couple of weeks. I've been trying to get you to go.
Yeah,
to a
past
doctor.
month for real.
You have a week to get to the doctor then.
I
If you don't-
need to set up the appointment by our next time. I need to reach out to a doctor and set up the appointment.
I'm looking at the judge. Is that
Judge?
acceptable? No? Good. I like that answer. Get it done.
I ain't going to the fucking gym.
If they don't, I'll allow this. If they don't have any time before the next podcast, you have to at least have it locked in.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
But it has to be within the next 2 weeks. That is the max range that you get.
Judge on when they...
You get the next 2 weeks. Agreed?
Does it have to be for my knees? Because I have another doctor's appointment on October 12th.
No, for your knees.
Damn it. Okay.
Thank you. Next.
I've kind of given up on my diet recently. If you couldn't tell. Shut up, Teely.
He points at your stomach.
He's like, no shit.
Well, you did just talk about having McDonald's.
Did you ever start it, or did you just give up? No, I never started.
You did. You did good for like a week.
I did, and I'm waiting to go back to the doctor for all my blood work because I'm a little large.
Okay, so does that mean for the next at least 7 days you're going to be on a diet?
No, I've given up on that.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of something. It's really tough. I have no goals in life. I need to get back to the gym. I haven't been in a while. I need to go to the gym.
Your body is destroyed.
I got an upper body. It's only 50% destroyed.
Okay, how many days are you going to go?
Okay, what's today? Wednesday?
Thanks for stealing mine, by the way.
Thursday, Friday.
7 days. Wednesday to
I ain't
Wednesday, my
going
friend.
7 days.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's the time frame.
No, I'm
you have
thinking.
there.
I'm planning Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday. 4 days.
Oh man, if only somebody else had said that.
Do I gotta pick something new?
No, that's fine.
I promise to eat a double quarter pounder every day until our next podcast.
All right, now the last thing before we sign it off here, because
You probably gotta go.
Yeah. What happens if you do not do those two things? We're gonna put a money wager on this.
No,
or-
I don't have any money, and you're trying to start a savings account.
Exactly. I need money for the savings account.
Well, you just
Hello?
automatically think I'm not going to set up an appointment and go to the gym?
Yeah, 100%. No, the gym you'll probably do the.
Should I give you money now? Or?
Yeah, it might be fair. We'll give it to T. Lee. Just be safe.
Huh. T. Lee, you pick the wager or the bet. If we're unable to do it,
What if we both don't do it?
then we're both screwed. And
Then we take T. Lee to dinner.
yeah.
We'll go see Eddie. Okay. For the next podcast. If we don't do it, then you can give us the what we get dealt with. All right. Done and done.
Shit, I'm scared.
Accountability, my friend. Setting goals, being accountable for them. Get it done.
Well, that's another Yuckie podcast with JB and JM. We got an exciting guest next week coming in. We got Kelsey Jones. It's no longer Donovan.
Oh, I was like, who the hell is that?
Yeah.
I thought we were talking about
I know.
Donovan.
In my phone, it's Donovan still because it's high school. But she's a real estate agent.
for you.
Gonna tell us all
I'm
about
really
real
excited
estate
for
because
some insight on that.
the real estate market's crazy right now, and a lot of things going on there. So Kelsey's coming in next week to talk to us Wednesday. Obviously, we have a new episode dropping every Wednesday. We're now on YouTube. Obviously, you can look us up on all the main podcast streaming services. Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on TikTok. Check us out on YouTube Shorts. And we will see y'all next week. Bye.
That was amazing. So proud of you. Bye.
Oh, you want music? Music!